computer. Well, good morning. This is J&A.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Anthony, and we are exposing corruption at its finest here at Sunline Transit.
We are protected under the First Amendment, free speech, and Labor Code 6310, the whistleblower.
And we have a special guest, Employee X, with a wealth of information. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. My name for this video is not important, but for now you can just call me X. I worked for Sunline Transit Agency for 12 years and 10 months, just shy of 13 years. I wrote down all my experiences working with Lauren in the last 3 years of my career at Sunline. I did this right after I resigned. For a while there, I seriously considered suing the agency. My mental health took a big hit in those last 3 years. You'll hear more on that in another video. I've been silent for 3 years. I've literally avoided Sunline as a topic of conversation. Until recently, I only thought about Sunline if I had to drive by the park and ride in Thousand Palms or on rare occasions by Division 2 in Indio. A few weeks ago, a friend shared the link to one of Anthony and Joey's videos I watched and thought, okay, it doesn't sound like anything has changed. Then I watched the video with Cecilia. Her story resonated with me because I went through some similar experiences on a grander level. I also know people who worked at Sunline who went through similar experiences. The employees I know who used to work there, who were treated badly and that used to work there, who were treated badly, were either made to leave or left on their own accord because they couldn't take it anymore. Most of them very good employees. So let's start this off with a bang. I will preface this by saying right now, these are my words and experiences. I know that should Lauren watch this, she'll come with everything she has to defend herself. All I ask is that you keep watching. The goal is to back up all other things that come out in these videos with data. I learned quite a bit at Sunline, and part of what I learned is that you need data to back up your claims. Believe me, Anthony and Joe are working very hard on this, and of course, I offered to help. I was asked by CEO LARENSKIVER in January 2017 if I would be willing to accept an appointment in the administrative department as a special assistant to the CEO. Lauren stated that the HR department was in shambles and needed help, specifically with benefits. She wanted me to research the extent of mistakes made. I accepted and proceeded to perform the needed research. Lauren also told me that she wanted me to let her know what was going on down there in HR. In early March of 2017, I met with Lauren. She wanted a report on what I felt was the problem with HR. I told her that the HR manager needed to be let go. Why, you ask? I caught her out in the hallway yelling at an employee in front of everyone about the fact that she had given her an assignment and that it was still not completed. There were extenuating circumstances in that the employee was performing most of the work for the entire agency. At that moment, the HR team consisted of one HR technician and one HR manager for an agency of 330 employees at that time. The current HR manager at that time wasn't doing her part to get benefits fixed and was also delegating most of the work to the HR technician. Lauren agreed that we should let the HR manager go. And I ended up terminating her employment in March 2017. Was there anything significant about her termination? No. She was within her probationary period, so they were within her rights to terminate her. However, what Lauren was trying to find out regarding the benefits was that they weren't being reconciled like they should have been every month. So shortly, that's just a little part of it. Shortly after terminating the HR manager, Lauren spoke with the current, at that time, Deputy Chief Administrative Officer. I don't know what took place in that conversation, but she informed me that he was stepping down and that she would like to make me interim Deputy Chief Administrative Officer. She said that she anticipated I wouldn't be an interim deputy chief for long, and I accepted the position. So let's talk about unfair hiring practices, because that seemed to come up in Cecilia's video. Shortly after moving into the administrative team, I was approached by Lauren, in which she stated that she wanted to hire someone. Basically, she wanted to give this person a job. The position was never posted. We just hired this person because she wanted her to work at the agency. I went ahead and onboarded her at Lauren's direction. And unfortunately, I feel terrible about that, because I should have spoken up and should have said something, and I didn't. The job was never posted internally or externally, and she was just hired because she knew Lauren. They went to the same gym. Now, you may say it's my word against Lauren's, or that I have no proof of this. Here's the thing. It only takes one question. Ask the said employee if she ever interviewed for her position. That's all you need to do. But wait, oh, I'm sorry. You can't do that because she's not there anymore. They seem to have a revolving door in admin. Their turnover, I hear, is insane. Check the employee records if they are there. Or Lauren may come out guns blazing and say, yes, I asked her to hire her and that was my mistake, and then all will be forgiven by the board. They have a tendency of forgiving her when she comes forward with her mistakes. She did that with the payroll fiasco, and I'm sure she did it with the benefits fiasco, but more on that for another time. Until next time, when we talk about Sunline's culture and the role it plays in turnover, and you know how I mentioned the payroll fiasco and the benefits fiasco, there'll be more on that. In the meantime, the only way to affect change is to share this video on your social media platforms. I know this is a short video, but we're going to be doing a series of videos. And when initially I talked to Anthony, I told him I have 10 pages of notes, and we're doing research. So please stay tuned. So whatever it is you're comfortable with, if you're a Facebook being, share on your Facebook platform. If you're an Instagrammer or part of Twitter, the Twitterverse, share on those platforms. And how about tagging it with hashtag bad bosses or hashtag stop Sunline complacency? Or if you have an amazing hashtag idea, reach out to Anthony or Joey. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.
Wow, that's amazing. I just got to ask a question, because it does sound to me in your voice that you are choked up. You were getting choked up. Sounds like the experiences you've had there. It's really affected you.
Definitely, it definitely did. Not to overshare, but I actually had to seek therapy after I left. And my therapist told me that I had she told me that I had some PTSD from working there.
I believe it.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough mentally. It was tough working there for somebody that continually tells you things, and there'll be more to come on that. I'll share about that in later videos, but there, you know, I don't want to, it's hard enough for me to share as it is. It was hard enough for me to reach out. I do want to help you guys. It was hard to make that decision, but I think that part of telling my story and having people hear my voice will help others come forward, because there's a lot of them. It's not just there's other people out there.
I'm sorry all these things are happening to you guys, and all these in all these departments, especially in that White House. It's absolutely ridiculous, and these are the things that have absolutely got to stop at this company.
Yeah.
I mean, I think eventually by you sharing your story, there's other people out there that want to share their story, you can reach out to us and be a part of change, because that's the ultimate goal. Is the bully needs to be brought down, either demoted or maybe an intern come in there and clean it up, because there's definitely a problem. I like my slogan. What is my slogan? It says, I might not have a law degree, but I have a bully degree, and you ain't bullying me anymore. But we appreciate Employee X, and I know that we're gonna make this a quick video, because Joey's got to go to work, and we want to make it a series, because you have so much information that
I do.
that we want the world to know. You're a wealth of information, and like I said, if we put everything into one video, we'd be here for 2 hours, and I think or even longer. I mean, I think that as we go along and we keep you on deck, we'll make this a series of 1 to 10, whatever it needs to go, but the information needs to get out to the public and the world. So if you guys believe in change, you guys can share. You have to subscribe and you have to share. I mean, that's the only way that people out there are gonna get word that we started this movement for change, not for any personal gratitude. It's for change.
I'll say one more thing as well. If you're in a city here where you have a board member on the board at Sunline's board, go to their board meetings. Tell them that you want to see some change there. Tell them whatever it is that you're feeling, and tell them that it's not right for them to be complacent with the way things are happening right now at the agency.
Absolutely.
So we can go to those those city council meetings and bring each of those board members up.
Yes.
Speak out about him. I don't mind going to mine. Russell Bates. He's
well, that too, and everybody needs to remember these are elected officials, and there is elections coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Okay, so where I live at, I went to Russell Bates as a city council to come and look at this illegal dumping at Mission Lakes Country Club. They dumped a bunch of pool decking that we paid to get a remodel. So he came out and looked at it, and it went under the sky like never happened. They never cleaned it up. They actually buried it, and they said they buried it because they wanted the wildflowers. But he needs to be brought up. I mean, he needs to be exposed.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I got the pictures and the videos to prove it. And
yeah,
so I think our movement needs to reach out to each of these board members and find a way to get them replaced, because they're not doing the job there.
No, they're not. They're not at all. The only one that we got a little bit of cooperation from was from Dana Reed.
Dana Reed.
Indian Wells.
Isn't it Dana Reed?
Indian
Wells.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's the only one. What about Perez? I mean, he's a county official.
Well, he spoke on one of I think our board meetings that because I was saying that I was not going to sound like a broken record, but he made in the remark. But they can tell me they're replacing seats, they order seats. Show me. I'm not going to go away. Just like it was in 2011, I believe that it said that I went into the board and I complained about radio communication from the 220 going to Riverside. There was no radio communication, and was it ever fixed? No. They
gave you a phone that you can't use while you're driving. They still do that. That hasn't changed. That's how it is on the 10 going to San Bernardino. Now instead of the flip phone, they give you a satellite phone, but you still can't talk on it while you're driving. So if something happens, you have to pull the bus over onto the shoulder of the freeway and talk, or get off the freeway somewhere with people on board.
Yeah. Wow.
There has to be some other setup. This company it's not secure. It's a hostile environment. It's a hostile work environment. I mean, we can't even get the gate closed. There's homeless across the street here. We have women that work here after hours. I mean, I could see them out there now wandering around. Is that safe for our female employees there? Probably not.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, Employee X, and we look forward to our next meeting. And
Definitely more to come. A lot more to come.
oh, believe me,
Yeah.
this is a taste. I know I've seen I've seen it. I've heard it, I should say.
A
A
wealth of
it.
knowledge coming.
Yes. All right.
Eye-opening information.
All right. So we're signing out, and we're gonna keep you updated when the next one's coming out. We'll try to be putting these together more on a frequent basis based on schedules. I know it'd be better in the next few weeks when the new run starts. So we're out.
Yeah. Peace
Thank
out,
you.
everybody.